Shalom Racha, good morning, Ahuvai V'Rei. Let's begin with thanking an expression of a Karsa Tov to our dear wonderful sponsors, Leah and George Roth, sponsoring the shiur today in memory of Mrs. Roth's parents, Aaron Ben Meir Yehuda, Oliver Shalom Lechvod, the yard site, as well as Esther Klein, Esther Bashmuel Aleha Shalom, the Heilige Neshama Shemizacha to a tremendous Aliyas and Neshama Gan Eden Shamayla, Mechayel Achayel Be'ezah Hashem Yisbarach. So here we find ourselves in the week of Shiva Sabbatam, about to commence the Tkufa, known as the 3 weeks. The 3 weeks culminating, of course, in the Tishmav and the Zman HaChurban, Churban Bayis Rishon, Churban Bayis Sheni, indeed the saddest day of the year. So let's turn to Maseches Makos. Why Maseches Makos? Well, let's begin with the following. There's a klal Yadu Rav Tzadok HaKohen Lublin, and we've touched upon this many a time, that Rav Tzadok writes, Bekama Dukli, in several places throughout the Sfarim, that every Agadatza finds its way in a Masechta for a specific reason, not just in a given Masechta, but in a specific perek of that Masechta for a very unique reason. Continues Rav Tzadok HaKohen, one of his many examples. Where's the main Gemara, the primary narrative in Shas that describes and recounts the story of the Churban Abayis? In Maseches Gittin. Why Maseches Gittin? Maseches Gittin is what? Is a Sefer Krisus. It's a get. It's a cutting off. It's a separation of Chos and Mekala. That is the Churban. Churban Kayadua, the Maral, already the Ramban. Churban Lashon Cherev. What does a cherev do? A sword decapitates. It cuts off the rosh from the rest of the body. The source of ruchni from the chelek agashmi. That's the cherev. That's the churban. Churban abayis. Churban loshen cherev. Osios Afuchas of a chaver, of a chibur, Chevron, the place where we get close to the Eibishter. Osios Afuchas of Chevron, Churban Loshen Cherev, the intermingled letters of a chibur, of a chavrusa, of something that's mechubar. Now we decapitate, we sever the tie, sever the bond. That's a cherev. So where's the story of Churban in Gittin? What's a Gittin? Get is that sefer krisis, that's kores, that separates between the husband and wife. That's a get. That's the famous vart of the Vilna Gaon, Kayadua. The only two letters in the Aleph Beis that never in Tanakh appear juxtaposed, placed alongside one another, are the Gimel and the Tes. That's why it's called a get. In the end of the day, Frekta Chaim Kanevsky in Time of the Kra, there are a few other select examples of osios in the Aleph Beis that also never appear alongside one another. So how could the Gra say it's only the Gimel and the Tes? To which Chaim Kanevsky explains, the Gra meant that out of all the various combinations of letters that could yield 12, because Taisus and Gittin, Beis and Aleph, it's called a get because it's Gematria 12, Keneged the Yud Beis Shuros and the get, all the various configurations of letters in the Aleph Beis that could yield, can get you to Sachakol 12. Gimel and Tes are the only two that never appear alongside one another. Hence, that's why it's appropriately labeled a get. That's a krisa. So where's the story of the Churban? Churban Cherev, separation. Where's it going to be? And Maseches Gittin. But continues Rav Tzadok HaKohen. Where Maseches Gittin? And Perak Elohein Hanizokin. Dahaina what? It's not a krisis legamri. It's not begeder misa. It's only begeder. It's only classified as a mere nezek. It's a hezek loshen nezikin, perik elohein and nizokin. It's a temporary severance, but in the end of the day, Acharek Chosakol of Adonai is going to bring us back together. We're going to be reunited with the Kodesh Baruch Hu Kaviyachol once again with Binyan Bayan Shlishi. So it's only temporary. It's only Mashu Zmani. Melech gets incorporated where? Into Maseches Gittin indeed, but specifically placed against the backdrop of perik elohein and nizokin. It's only a nezek. And the end of the day, it's not anything permanent. Okay. And then we have a story of the Churban Abayis reaching its low, but with a positive spin at the end. To which Gemara do I refer? Of course, the Gemara at the end of Maseches Makos. Lefini Estaiti, it's in Makos for a reason. Let's understand what is Makos. Makos is he getting hit. Makos is he getting hit. In fact, it hit me, interestingly enough, a number of years ago. Makos, Mem Chaf, Vav Sofis, Gematria 466. How many Makos do you get? State in Pasuk, Arbom Yakenu. Mazeh Arbom Yakenu. Mazeh Arbom Yakenu. Makos. Mazer Bam Yakenu is also b'diyuk, Gematria 466. Feiner Eytan. Mazer Bam Yakenu, state in the Pasuk and Shoftim, you get a Bam Yakenu. You hit 40 times. Mazer Bam Yakenu Makis. And that's the Masechta. Makis 466. Mazer Bam Yakenu 466. And how many Makis they get? Loke Be'arboim. Loke Be'arbol Makis. Loke Be'arbol b'diyuk, Gematria 466. Holy goes Makis 466. Yes, you're going to ask me, Rabbi Feiner, in the end of the day, what do we paskin the Mishnah and the bottom of Chov Beis Amanal V'Malkis Machlokes Yehuda and the Rabbanan of how do we paskin? Minyan Hasover Sabam we paskin like the Rabbanan. It's only 39. It's not 40. But state in pasuk again. Arbam Yakenu Mazar Arbam Yakenu Makis. That's Maseches Makis. So here we have a Masechta that's all about getting hit. That's all about Makis. The Lavan Eluin Alokin is the third and final parak of the three parak. A Masechta called Maseches Makos. So you're getting hit. You know what life is? Life is sometimes we get hit. We get hit on all sides. We get hit both in Klali, Klai Yisrael gets hit, and we get hit both in Prati, both in Yishi, and our own personal trials and tribulations in the Nisyonos Achai. And what's the end of the Masechta? Let's keep in mind. Brachas Yud Beis Amar Aleph HaKaholach Achar Achisum Ay Achar Nachman Choviv Zil Basar the Chasima. The Siyuma de Milsa Maseches Makos is what? The following two stories. And you've heard it many times. It's a short Masechta, very popular during the 9 days, very popular in Erev Pesach. So you've heard people be Messiah. The following two stories we have in Gamliel. Here, the call coming out of the Roman palace. And what happens? They all start to cry. Rabbi Akiva is laughing. They say, Rabbi Akiva, what are you doing laughing? He says, why are you crying? What do you mean? You see, the Chonabayas, you see, Beis Elokeinu is Sarav Be'esh, Beis Hadam Ragal Elokeinu is burnt to the ground, and look at them celebrating. He says, Fakert, that's why I'm laughing. If this is the schar that the Ovri Ritzono get, then imagine the Osi Ritzono, those who serve the Abes, to imagine how much schar we're going to be getting. So it was cause for laughter. And then the Gemara says, there was another Maisa. They got out so when they tore Kriya. They saw Shul Yatzavis Kochagidosh and they started to cry. Rabbi Akiva was laughing. He says, what are you doing laughing? He says, what do you mean? The pasuk says, Hazar Kerv Yumas into the holy of holies, and now Shualim Hochambo. And now the lowly foxes are scurrying through the debris of the Beis HaMikdash and Mefrat, the Kodesh HaKadosh, from the holiest place on the planet. How can we not cry? He says, Lakachani Mitzachik. And you know the Gemara, the Nevuos, the prophecies of Ori and Zechariah, Tuluyan Bi'adodi. In the end of the day, once we know that we've sunk to the nadir of all, the Churban Abayis, we got to the lowest point, and Mamela we know that we're getting set, getting ready to turn the corner, and it's all going to be great. Now that I see the nevuah of Oreo was Neskaima, Biadush, and Vasar Shishchai Miskayemes. I know that it's going to come a time very soon that Yeshu Zakenim is Zakenis for Chovas Yishalayim, and that'll be the ultimate tikkun for the Tzion Sodeh Techoresh of Oreo. Mela was cause for laughter, and how does the Masechta end? Akiva nichamtanu. Writes the Orchaner, and again there's the Gevur Saris Yitzchak and many other Pirushim. Writes the Orchaner. Why do we have the double? Nothing's repeated. Why Akiva nichamtanu? 6 ways Orchaner. We just had two Maisim. We finished off with two Maisim. Mela Maisa number 1. Akiva nichamtanu. He gives Nechama the first Maisa, and Akiva nichamtanu. He gives Nechama for the second Maisa. Okay, that's the Orchaner. Gevaldik, beautiful. Let's just press the pause button for a moment, my friends. What do we have over here? We have a Masechta that's called Makis. You know what life is all about? We get hit. We get a Churban Abayis, a trials and tribulations. But the Eibusher is going to say, what? Hold on, my dear friends. My dear Klai Yisrael, Reya Mahuvai. I want you to know what's going to be the end. In the same way the Navi Yeshaya, our Shabbos Nachamu, that comes right after the 3 weeks. At Shabbos Nachamu, because they have Torah from Perek Mem Posuk Aleph in Yeshaya. Nachamu Al Yomer Lokei. That's going to be the greatest nechama. And yes, we said over a part of the Chasam Sofer in the Sefer Sikon Dafayin Aleph. Why it says Yom HaLakechem, it should be Yom HaShem, the Shem Aminas Racham, not the Shem Midas Adin. The Feiner Eytan, without getting into the Pshat and the Chasam Sofer. Anachma Achma Yom HaLakechem. No, the Eibusher, who is Elokechem, who has given us Midas Adin. And when it comes to the future, he's going to give us a double Nechama. He's going to give us Nachmu Alma Yom HaLakechem. Even though we've endured a lot of Din, a lot of Anogas Adin throughout the pogroms and the Crusades and the Holocaust. And the end of the day, it's going to be what? Yomer Elokechem, the Elokechem that you saw as Midas Adin. He's going to give you a double Nechama the same way at the end of Maseches Makos, Midas Adin, Elokeinu is what? Finishes off. Nachmu. Akiva Nichamtanu. But what's the beer? And not only that, but according to Lord Chaner, if the reason for the double Nechama is because of the two Ma'asim, so let's ask a small little Ha'ara Ketzara. And we have a Ma'aser in Rosh Hashanah Chafayim and Aleph. What happens to Rosh Hashanah Chafayim and Aleph? Rabbi Yeshua and Gamliel, the whole Ma'aser, and Gamliel's Cheshman, and he makes Rabbi Yeshua come in the Yom Kippur, Maklo, Bubadiso, and the other day he's also broken. Rabbi Akiva sees that his, not just his Chav, his Rabbi Yeshua was one of his Rabbeim, and he sees that he's Meitzar, and he says, don't worry, Rabbi Yeshua, the Posuk in Emor, Vayikyo Chav Gimel, Atem Afilu, Meizidim Afilu, Atoim Afilu, Shogigin, no matter what, when you're Kaveya Chazal Makanesh, Yisrael Vasmanim, we're Makanesh Vasmanim, either way. Nothing to worry about. So Beloshan is Amrlo Akiva Nichamtani. Akiva, you gave me a double Nechama. There's only one mice over here. Why is it a double Nechama? Yes, there's a diak. It's not Akiva Nichamtani. Akiva Nichamtani. It's Akiva Nichamtani. And here it's Akiva Nichamtanu. Akiva Nichamtanu. So I'm sure that would be a way out, and that anyway is the diak to be omen on. Why the name Akiva had to be expressed both times? Just tell me Akiva Nichamtanu v'Nichamtanu. So I'll call upon him. What's going on? Why the double lashon? Why the double lashon of Nechama? Why Nachmami? Again, we mentioned some Sefer beautiful remez in the past. In the Sefer Zikor, the Marnach, some Sefer Daf Ayin Aleph. Perhaps today we could share the following. Why the double Nechama al Yedei Rabbi Akiva? So we have spoken in the past how Rabbi Akiva is always the one who stays positive. And you've heard this Torah from so many people. Rabbi Akiva is the one who teaches us how to stay positive in life no matter what. Rabbi Akiva is the one who started out, the Mamash lost everything. He gets married to an amazing woman, Rachel, and his Shver cuts him off Lagamri. He's totally cut off. He wants to bite Psachim Emtesam base when he was in Amoritz. He wants to bite the Tamid Chachamim. Rabbi Akiva, 40 years old, and there he's sitting. Can you imagine going back to kindergarten, and there he is sitting learning Alapes, what that does to a person's self-esteem. And then he works, Gavaldik Avos Torah Nosan, he sees the water falling into the rock, and then Rabbi Akiva, and he spends his life, he becomes the Golda Hador. He's Mamid 24,000 Tamidim, and then what happens? He pays Avatzar, so he loses them all, except for the five Shebedaram, different Eschos, some say 7. He loses it all. Who can pick up the pieces after that? He loses all his Talmidim and he still stays positive. Rabbi Akiva, the end of Maseches Makos, who's the one who says, Rabbi say, stay positive. But we see the Churban Abayis, Hadam Beisa Lokeinu, his Sarav Befanenu Be'inenu, and the Romans are celebrating. Rabbi say, stay positive. We see the lowly foxes. By the way, the Chidah, Shualim, Osios, Yishmael. You know, when the Gula is coming, when you see the lowly foxes, the Shualim, Osios, Yishmael, are running around Harabayas, the Temple Mount, Yishmael, Shualim. And then, you know, the Nevuah of Zechariah is right around the corner. Oh, Yeshu, Zakenos, Yachtav, it's all going to be fantastic. So, Akiva, Mamish, at their moment of sinking into despair. And Melagai, what's going to Chorin Abayis? He gives us, no, look at the positive spin. That's Rabbi Akiva. Always the positive, building up from the ruins, building up when he loses Talmidim. What does he do? He goes right back, starts with 5 new Talmidim, and Sanhedrin of all the Torah that we have today, Rabbi Meir, Rabbi Yehuda, all of the Torah that we have today, Miyuchas Aliv and Rabbi Akiva, all comes back to Rabbi Akiva. He's the one who stays positive. He is the one who gives an achava to people. Makos, Akiva Nechamtani, Nechamtani, Rosh Hashanah, Chafayim and Aleph, Akiva Nechamtani, Gevaldik. But what's the beer in the double lashon? The Feiner is tighty. We can answer Poshet Alpi, the famous, beautiful Gishmak of art. Rabbi Cheskel Landel, the Tzlach. And Rabbi Cheskel Landel writes in the Tzlach, we have Gemara twice in Shas. His shtickle is Imshachim Nun Amen Aleph. Same in basic Indian in Brochas, the beginning of the night. Perak Daf Nun Dalet Amen Aleph. The Gemara says, and Brochas Nun Dalet Imshachim Daf Nun Amen Aleph. That right now, when we have Besuras Tovas, we make a Tova Meitiv. When we hear Shmuas Ros, we hear Besuras Ros, and what do? And we recite a Dayan Emes. Bot Mabi and Olam Haz, Olam Haba. And Olam Haz, and we make a Dayan Emes on the Shmuas Ros, and we make a Tova Meitiv on the Besuras Tovas. La Salova, we're going to make a Baruch HaTova Meitiv. Frek, the Noda B'Yehuda, Frek, the Tzlachim, Shochem, Dafnun, Aman Aleph. And what's the Chiddush of Hadif and Olam Haba? It's all going to be good. It says nothing upon which to recite a Dayan Emes. So what's the Chiddush of the Gemara? Olam Haz, Olam Haba. Now we have a dynamics in the future. We're going to make a tova. Of course, we're going to make a tova meitiv. What's that? I need the Gemara to tell me that. Once Mashiach comes and everything's going to be glatt and gavaldik and all grand, it's going to be myridik. So avada, there's nothing upon which to recite b'chlal dynamics. It's always going to be a tova meitiv. What's the chiddush of the Gemara? Azok tetzlach. You know what the chiddush of the Gemara is? The chiddush is that in the future we're not just going to make a tova meitiv because everything's going to be good. When the Eibishter shows us lemafreya retroactively how even those things, when Hashem plays the movie and presses the rewind button and it takes us back in history throughout our lives, our personal lives, our communal lives, and He shows us every single thing that transpired. We're not just going to recite a tova meitiv Yemos Mashiach and Olam Haba and everything that's great b'shas ma'aseh. We're going to go nachamol and recite it and everything that we originally recited dynamis, and the Eibishter shows us how all the things that initially we perceived to be wrong, we thought that they were bad for us, we knew it. In the end of the day, it's all going to be great. I might say, who's the one who teaches that? Who's the one who taught us this yesod? That everything in the end is going to be great. Bracha Samach and Samach story Rabbi Akiva, Kol Mad Avid Rachmanu L'Tov, and everything the Eibishter does is for the best. Who's the Baal HaMemra? Rabbi Akiva is the Baal HaMemra. Rabbi Akiva says, Rabbi says, stay patient. Yes, the famous word of the Baal Shem Tov. Rabbi Akiva is Rabbi Nachum Gamzu, one of the Rabbeim Chagigi and Beis Aman Aleph. He told the Gamzu L'Tov, the Baal Shem Tov, he could point right now and say, Gamzu, this is great right now. Hi, not everyone's holding in that Madriga. Comes the Talmud, the Av of Torah Shopeh, and Rabbi Akiva, the Talmud says, what can I give over to Klai? So what can the Hamon Am? What's tangible for them? What can they grasp? What can they can't look and say, somebody loses a loved one, Gamzu L'Tov. You know what they can do? They can sit patiently, knowing all the while with Amunah Shlema, Amunah Chazaka Ve'isana, they could say, Komad Avid Rachmana, Midas Harachamim, everything the Eibishter does, L'Tov Avid is all going to be for the best. That's Rabbi Akiva. It doesn't look good now, but it's going to be for the best. So it's great. What happens? Comes the Tzlach. The Chiddush of the Gemara and Brachos and Dalet Sochem Daf Nun is that when we get to Yemos Mashiach Olam Haba, we're going to make a Tova Meitiv, not just on the great that we're going to experience B'Shas Ma'aseh. We're going to go back L'Mafreya retroactively. We're going to recite HaTova Meitiv even on the things that we originally perceived to be bad. Who's the Baal HaMemra? Who's the one who taught the tzlach, who taught us that lesson? And right now you don't see it as good, but one day you'll see, and then you're going to look back and see it was so great. Rabbi Akiva, he loses his donkey, and he loses his tarnagol, his chicken, and loses his candle, and he's got to spend the night in the forest. It's all bad. It is all bad. Just be patient. I know it's for the best. And what happens? His life was saved because they didn't discover him in the forest, and the animals didn't make the noise. You know the Maisa. What happens to Rabbi Akiva? Who's the one giving in a chum and shas about it? Rabbi Akiva. Why? Because of all the famous shtiklach and Bali Derush. Rabbi Akiva is the positive person who tells us stay focused on the positive. What happens over here? Akiva nichamtana. Why the double nechama? And the double nechama because the colleagues of Rabbi Akiva and now heard a lesson from Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva taught them what? We're getting not just in a chaman right now, what pains us right now. He answered them for the Shualam Hochamo. He answered them for the Kol Hamodim Mirami Palta Shoraimi. He answered them on that. You know what the nechama is, Rabbi Akiva? You know what you just did? You just changed the whole perspective. You just changed our whole outlook on life. Even though we're seeing the worst of the worst, we're seeing the Churban Abayis and all its debris, and all its churban, and all its destruction. And you're telling us what? And then in the end of the day, fakert, this is a sign it's going to be great. And this is all part of the Eibishter's master plan. And you're going to go back and realize this is all great. This is all supposed to happen. Amela, we got in a chama now. And now in our personal lives, Akivini Chamtano for the Maisa right now. And Akivini Chamtano, because based on your fresh perspective, we can go back into our own lives and look historically and see that even the things that we we thought were bad, we see that what you taught us to view them even as good. Hakiva nichamtanu for the right now, and Hakiva nichamtanu for the mafrei for retroactively. I have said the same thing in Rosh Hashanah Chafayim and Aleph. There's only one Maisa there. Rabbi Yeshua, Hakiva nichamtani. You gave me a nechama right now in Ram Gamliel and me having to walk on my cheshvan that it's my Yom Kippur, and I have to walk in this day and I have to go with my makal, I have to go my punig in the end of the day. But you told me the perspective of what? That even things that don't make sense, even things that seem to cause me stress and agmas nefesh and pain, you told me to have the perspective, just be patient and know that the Eibishter has a cheshvan, go back to Mafreya and realize that it's all good. Rabbi Akiva, you gave us a Gemaldik Nechama, not only in Nechama at the end of Seches Makkos, life is filled with Makkos. How do we end the Mesechta, Meseches Chayim? How do you end the chapter of all of our lives? And the collective life of Klal Yisrael, a life that's filled with pogroms and crusades and Holocaust, Rachmana litzlan, and everything we mark and remember in the period of 3 weeks. It's all about the Makkos. And what's the siyum of the mills of Makkos? A nechama one, not just on the nechama in the end, but we go back like the tzlach, and we're going to realize that everything that happened all the way to the Holocaust, in the end of the day, we're going to see the good in the Holocaust and in the pogroms and the crusades and in everything that transpired. The end of the Masechta, like the end of the Golus, is what? The Novi Yeshaya. Anachmu Ami Yomer Elokeichem. Even when you saw Elokeichem, even when you saw Midas Adin, I want you to know what? Even that was always good for you. Even that it was on Hagav Din that was manifest in the world. B'Shas Maisa. Nachmu is, Eibishter, you took away the Yitzhar, you took away the Golus. Now we have Olam Hazeh, we have Olam Haba, we have Yemos Mashiach. That's about the Nechama. The second Nechama is what's a Nachamu? I like that slach that we're going to make the Talmud. We're going to realize that Hashem's going to show us everything that transpired that we initially recited at Midas Adin, Dayin Emes. We're going to look back and say even that was good. Even that was always L'Tova Seinu every step of the way. Amela, that's the double Nechama. Nachma Achma Yam Elokeichem. Elokeichem Midas Adin is going to say what? I'm going to bring you a Nechama. I'm going to show you, not only give you a Nechama and bring it into the Tzoros right now, but I'm even going to be Megal. I'll disclose to you when you get to Yemos Mashiach how all the things that I did mitzvah my Midas Adin was always L'Tov Haschem. Rest assured, Command Avid Rachman L'Tov Avid. Hence the double Lashon Nachma Achma Yomer Lokeichem and Akiva Nechamtanu and Rosh Hashanah Chavei Akiva Nechamtanu the double Nechama. We should be Zoich with Siyata Shmai to get to that Zman of a double Nechama Met Hashem, so we can celebrate this Tishmav with Mashiach Ben David Mashiach Tzedkeinu in the Binyan Shlishi. Have a fantastic rest of the weekend.